This is a clip from a longer podcast during the latest live Scott Talks. Check the link in the description for the full on-demand recording.
So this is the funny thing is the partner with a secured MSP. The scary truth, about this industry, and one of the reasons why we're having this discussion is anybody can actually start a managed service provider with no accreditation, and that's kind of a scary thing if you think about it. Realistically, you've had to go through these certifications. CPA firms have this. They went and got their certification to be a CPA firm, and the complexity of their issues, it's different. So one of the big things that for us was the same thing is how do we entrust what data is. So like we're in the same thing. It's not the financial part, but the data part, where companies are entrusting us to manage their everyday data and the monitoring of their systems to make sure that we can keep everybody in check. And it's, the thing, security is not a luxury, it's but a necessity. For you, with XP and working with nerd support, think about that. Like, isn't it kind of, if you think about it, like for you, a lot of people go, it's surprisingly how many people don't know what a SOC 2 certification is and understand that undertaking. But it's the same thing about the FINRA request that you have to do and the FINRA regulations that XP has to go through. The scary thing is there is none of that in place in today's world. And I'm hoping nerd support is on the forefront of showing other companies, while you currently work with other managed service providers, they say they're doing these things that they're doing for you, but how are they proving they're doing these things they say they're doing for you? Right?
Yeah, completely understood. Yeah. I mean, on the regulatory side, as I mentioned, I think that the regulations on the security side, there are certain things that are explicit that have to be done in terms of training, in terms of, security in general, but there are a lot of things that are left open to your own interpretation. As I mentioned at the beginning of the session today, it's really all, risk-based. So obviously, if you're a large bank or a large, securities custodian or clearing firm, the expectations are much different than what we have. And in general, regulators for a firm of our size don't critique highly the quality of the entity that is reviewing us. Obviously they'll look at the quality of the report that is produced, but in the absence of anything going wrong, as long as you meet the requirements, especially smaller firms are not critiqued as heavily as the very large firms. But at the end of the day, what is most important to us, aside from being in regulatory compliance, is actually ensuring that our firm and its customers are safe. So we want to go well above and beyond what the regulators are requiring of us, and getting a top quality firm and not just one that will meet the minimum requirements. And I think that I think in general, most financial institutions and regulated entities have that same approach. I'm sure that there are some out there that may be looking for just, covering the requirements, but I think in a broad scope, people understand how important cybersecurity and information security is today, and they really want a quality firm that's going to give them that confidence that the review that's being conducted is thorough and really will identify the risks that it's exposed to.